Hello everybody, and welcome back to my channel, Life with Patty. And so yesterday on my video, I asked you guys if you had any questions for me to put them in the comments below, and I would answer them. I feel like I have something on my lip. Anyway, so I had 9 people that asked me questions. Now, this is like mid-afternoon, and if I get more, I'll just write them down, and I'll do another video later on, okay? So, but there were some good questions, and so I'll get started for you. The first question came from Kimmy's Kitchen. Were you in any sports or clubs in school? That's a great question. I like that question, actually. I was not a sports girl, for say, at all when it came to like basketball, softball, volleyball, track, none of that. Ugh. No, I was not in any kind of sports. I loved to bowl, and our high school did have a bowling league. I was on that. As far as clubs went, though, I was very involved from the age of 8 to the age of 18 as a 4-H member, and went all over the place. You know, I was an officer, and I, of course, always had animals. In 4-H, I learned to cake decorate. I learned to do baking and cooking and sewing, and I think 4-H is an awesome, awesome program. I had my kids go through 4-H, and we went to the fairs, and we did the exhibit buildings, and we everything. We did it. So I was very involved in 4-H. We even did 4-H camp all my life. My mom went. My mom was a very supportive, engaged parent with 4-H. She was a key leader, which means one of the parents that's in charge of the club. I also became a key leader when my kids were in 4-H. My mom went to, 4-H camp as a chaperone. As I got into high school, they had different seminars that we could go to the University of Davis, California, and we learn about even getting into college and things that you should look for, and it was great, and I did all those. So I was very, very involved in 4-H as a child. And when I got to high school, I also became very involved in FFA, which is Future Farmers of America. I became officers through that. I was in the judging teams for animals, and I was into floriculture. I took animals to the fair through FFA as well. So I was very involved for 4 years in FFA also. As far as other clubs, I tried being in like FBLA, which was the Future Business Leaders of America, but I wasn't really into that so much. I think that was really the only 2 clubs that I was involved in, but I was so involved in them. Not just take an animal to the fair, but I was really involved in them. So it took up a lot of my parents' time. Some people would consider it a sport, but I did show my horse. I had a horse that I showed Western Pleasure, and I showed her from schooling shows all the way through the Grand Nationals, which would be all the states of the United States. I showed her in that. I showed statewide. And then I had another horse as an adult, and I took equestrian, which is your jumping, your vaulting, and I showed her for many years. My kids were involved in showing their horses as well. I never got into the roping and barrel racing so much. I did do some team pinning, where I won some belt buckles and stuff, and that's where you're cutting cows out and putting them into different areas, and you're getting timed on it. And so I did do that as an adult as well. So that would be my sport. Okay, so that was a great question, Kimmy. Thank you so much. Karen Luke asked me, what is the nicest thing a stranger has ever done for you? So I really had to think about this one, because I couldn't really think offhand other than, when you're in line for a coffee and somebody's in front of you and they bought my coffee behind me, and that was something nice. You know, maybe I want to say one time when I was a child, I think I was about 10, and I had a pony, but she was a tall pony, but she wasn't considered a horse. And I don't know how she got out of our pasture in our backyard. She got out of the corral, and she was running down our road, and then she crossed over onto Highway 99, which is a super busy highway. And I know my sister was babysitting. Maybe I was more like 8. I don't know. All I know was I just threw myself on the lawn and just started bawling my head off because I thought my horse was going to die. And my sister was telling me, "Stop it, you gotta get up, we gotta go try and catch your horse." I'm like, "She's on the highway, she's dead," because our house butted right up to Highway 99. And so next thing I know, here comes a firefighter walking down our road, which wasn't 99, it was one over, and he's walking down the road all in his fire suit with my pony, and he had caught her with a rope, and he just had the rope around her neck. He didn't have a halter or anything, and he's walking her down, and she had gotten scared when she got out, and there was cars, and I think that's what freaked her out, and then she ran across the highway. But he must have had experience, and so I didn't know him, and I was crying, 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 and so that was, I guess that's a really nice thing that a stranger did for me, is they saved my pony, and then I could quit having my meltdown in the middle of the the grass on the floor. So that was a fun question, Karen. That brought back memories of like, I think I was more like 8, not 10. But I do remember I just like drama queen. Instead of going after my horse, I just, think the worst and just flop on the ground and start crying like a baby. But that fireman got my horse for me. So anyways, okay. The third person to ask me something was Minimalism by Anne. She asked me, what is my favorite color? I love color, period. Love color. But I would say red and pink are my favorite colors. But if you look at my closet and all my shirts and blouses, I have every color of the rainbow. I'm not a big just wear black or just wear white, but I do have some. I hardly ever just wear white because I went to Catholic school my whole life to where we had to wear a white shirt and our checkered plaid skirt, and then later they let us wear navy blue pants or our skirt, and to this day I don't like navy blue pants and I don't like white shirts, and I think it's because for so many years I wore it every single day. So I do love red and pink. I love all color. I do not really like white, beige, or cream. Those kind of colors are kind of boring. And I will wear some black, but not a whole lot. And a Minimalism by Anne also asked, are you a minimalist? Well, that would have to be a huge no. No, no, no. I am the furthest thing from a minimalist. Sometimes I really, really wish I was, because man, the money I could save. And now I'm really trying to, I told myself today, that's it, Patty, you have plenty of craft supplies. The house is stocked with food. If I go grocery shopping, I need to just get the essentials. That's it. And so I'm going to start trying really hard to be more mindful of my money and not spend it so much, but I'm definitely not a minimalist. So, yeah. Okay. Annie creates. What crafty supply do you tend to hoard? Great question, Annie. And as Annie is a crafter like me, she's spot on. She knows that crafters have a tendency to hoard certain things. For me, that would be 1, paper, and 2, stickers. Those are my 2 worst things to hoard. Coming in third would probably be beads. Yeah. And then fourth would be fabric and silk flowers. Yeah. I love crafts, period. I'm getting kind of bad with the washi tape and the ribbon and the lace, too. But I would say paper and stickers are my 2 bad hoarding things that I do. Yeah. Annie, you understand. Yeah. Okay. Handmade by Abigail asked, what is my favorite flower? You know, that is really a hard question because I love flowers. So I love carnations because I love the smell of carnations. I love roses because they're classic and they're beautiful. And sometimes they smell nice too. I love peonies because they come in so many different colors and they're so full and they're so beautiful. Um, I love hydrangeas. I try to grow them. I kill them all the time. I don't know what to say about that. And then you have all your like petunias and pansies. I love everything. I love everything. I should just say I love flowers. But I like the Gerber daisies. Oh my gosh, they're so beautiful. Tulips. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I guess I'm gonna say I'm just gonna go with the classic. The rose and the carnations are my two favorite. But I really love all of them. They're all so pretty. All so pretty. But that's a great question, Abigail. Thank you. Okay. Mary Salvato, she asked, how is Buster doing? Mary, Buster is doing good. I don't know if it was you or Ellen. Or Elaine. I mean, not Ellen. I don't know if it was Mary, if it was you or Elaine or Diane that asked about him the other day, and I told you he did have a seizure. And he hasn't had a seizure, I would say, in like 2 or 3 years. And the home health nurse was over, and a guy that comes and watches my husband was over, and Buster had a seizure right there. But it was a small seizure, and he recovered from it fast. But he has tended to have seizures in the past. Buster's getting old. He's moving slow. He has that collapsed trach where he coughs all the time. He has the enlarged heart, which makes him cough. He has arthritis. We give him just baby aspirin for his arthritis. The other ones make him throw up. But for the most part, Buster is happy. His appetite's good, and so he's doing well. You don't see him in my videos so much anymore because he just sits with my husband. Since my husband got home from the hospital, he literally is with him almost 24/7. And that is the second part of Mary's question, is how is your husband feeling? So we are working on going on. This is going to be, Wednesday will be our 6th week home from the hospital. He's doing so much better. He still has not been released to drive because the bad leg that was infected is still swollen, and he has very limited mobility on it. So it's not safe for him to drive yet. And he's still trying to regain his strength because he was bedridden for 39 days. So the doctor says times that by 4, and that's how long it's going to take him to probably recover, if not longer. So we're thinking 5 months from the time he came home. So he's probably got like another good 4 months before he's really back on track. But he's made amazing progress lately. He is helping me wash dishes, and he's moving about in the house without any assistance of other people, just his walker. So he is doing much better. So thanks, Mary, for asking about that. Next question came from Enchanted by Craft Soleil. I love Soleil. She's such a cutie. She's so sweet. What is the one thing you would absolutely love to craft, not thinking about your ability? I really, really want to be able to craft junk journals. I know nothing about doing them, and so I'm going to wait and have my friend Mary help me with them. But I would love to know how to do junk journals. Also, I can knit a basic stitch back and forth and make an afghan that way, a scarf that way, a washcloth that way. But I would really love to know how to knit or crochet to the point of making beautiful little dresses for my granddaughters or doll clothes, or I would love to know how to crochet and to crochet super well. So I have found a couple different people on here that have crochet channels, and I'm really, one day I'm going to sit down and really watch the tutorial and try to learn. So that's my answer for that, Soleil. Christina of Michigan asked, what made you start YouTube? So, not gonna lie, I started YouTube because I heard that you could make money on YouTube. And my retirement is not going to be a lot. I mean, I'll get Social Security, and I'll probably get like an extra $400 a month from my IRA from my work, which is probably better than some people get, but that's it. So I heard that you can make money on YouTube, and I thought, okay, I'm going to check this out. Well, then I didn't realize how hard it is to make money. And then even if you get monetized, I mean, you probably have to have at least 10,000 people watching you and being active with you to make $500 to $800. So now I love all the people I've met through YouTube. I love all the crafting challenges I've done through YouTube and getting to know those people and all the other people that aren't even crafters that have become really super good friends with me. So now I tell myself, regardless of if I make money at it or not, I've met a lot of awesome, wonderful people, and I'm going to be happy with that. And if I make money at it down the road, that's just an extra perk. But I originally did start thinking, hey, this could be part of my retirement. And my last question for the day is from Ellen at Ellen's Abundant Life on Less. And she asked, do you own your own home? So we do not own our home. It is part of the ranch that we live on. My husband has been the caretaker for this ranch for like 36 years. And so we do pay rent, but it's not as much as if we were renting from somebody in town or something, because we do watch the ranch and make sure, you know, that it's safe and that there's not people out here doing what they're not supposed to do. And so, no, we don't own the house. We rent it. My husband's been out here for 36 years, and it's we're very grateful and very blessed that we're here. So, and at my age now, and my husband's age, I don't even think that if we could, we would. I don't think we would buy a house at our age now, because we'd be in our 80s and 90s before it got paid off. And if we ever had to move to town, we would probably just rent in case something happened to the house. There's somebody there to help us fix it. So anyways, all right, you guys. Well, these were great questions. I thank all of you. If I do get some more questions, I'll just make another list, and I'll do it maybe next week sometime. This ran a little bit longer than I wanted to, but I kind of expected that was going to happen, because when I start talking, I just... And so, anyways, thanks you guys for tuning in with me. Thank you for always being here, for your wonderful support. I love you all. I'm so glad I've met so many of you. If you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. For all my regulars that have been with me for a long time, I appreciate you for being there for me all along. And for the new ones that have been really supportive lately, I thank you as well. And you guys all have a great day, and I'll see you back here real soon. Bye-bye.